Okay. Um, for anybody who wants to watch, I'm going on a drunken tirade tonight. I'm gonna get a couple things off my chest. I just got one off with about war and how much I just love that noble institution. Um, the second one was earlier this morning. My second child, my middle one, Anna, texted me. It's like asked me if I wanted to go to Repticon with her today. So it's like Comic Con, right? But it's like reptiles, so like snakes and ginkgos and all kinds of different amphibians and animals and everything on display. And I tell you what, man, there's just an amazing assortment of just different colors of all the different varieties of snakes. I mean, really, there's a science to it, man. These people breed these things specifically for their colors. It's a wild thing. I've been to a couple in the past, but so yeah, I was like, yeah, I'll meet you there today, and she, okay, we met at a Holiday Inn in Johnson City, and I don't know if it's of any consequence or not, but she has two pet rats. Her first one, unfortunately, Luna, died last year. All right. But her two other ones, that she got when they were younger, they're full grown. So she's walking around this, hotel lobby with all these reptiles with this rat on her shoulder, like perched up like they're like a parrot. And she had a hoodie. She was wearing a hoodie. So the other one is, I forget what she told me, but the way that they're bred for their color, it diminishes their eyesight. And apparently rats don't have really good eyesight to begin with. So this one had an infection in one eye, so it's already got one eye down. The other eye don't see too good. So that little one is not a particular fan of like meeting and greeting people, So she just slept, in Anna's hood, the whole time. But we're walking around, people are, looking at all the reptiles on display, all the tarantulas on display, all the geckos and the Gila lizards and the, gerbils, the feeder mice, the monkeys. You could pay $10 and get your picture taken with a monkey, and they were cute. But it was amazing for me to see the interaction of the crowd. Because not everybody noticed, one, that she had a rat on her shoulder, but the ones that did, I saw a few that just kind of looked, did a double take. It was like, huh, well, we're at Repticon, I guess, so that's normal. But it was the curious ones that came up and was like, oh my god, can I pet it? Can I touch it? You know what I'm saying? And just seeing the interaction between my daughter and these people and the rat. Her name was Lady, the one that's active, crawling around. But there was this one little boy in particular, man, because we walked around for about, I don't know, about an hour. And because of my feet, my legs, it's like I needed a rest. So we sat down, and I watched this little bitty boy. He might have been, maybe 2 years old, possibly 3, but he walked on his tiptoes. And I noticed that was a little bit different because he had this like weird little bounce to him, It's like he's, little bitty thing, just learn how to walk. But I'm like, that's interesting. Walking on the tiptoes instead of heel to toe, he used to go on toe to heel, right? And he caught sight, and his mama caught sight of Lady up on Anna's shoulder. And she came over with her little boy, and timidly asked, "It's like, oh my gosh, is that a gerbil?" And Anna's like, "No, no, it's a rat." It's like, and I had to pull her off the back of her neck, and held the little rat, well, big rat, in front of the little boy. And my God, you should have seen his eyes explode with excitement. I mean, it was a full blown sensory experience for that little kid, man. He's like, very gentle, and his mom's like, "That's good. You let him sniff your hand first." And it was like, "Yeah, it's not a dog, but Mom, do your thing." And Buddy, he got so excited. He got so excited. I mean, he literally did one of these things. He's like, all right. Now, I know when I do it, it is not nearly as cute as a little 3-year-old doing it. But, and then his little brother came over, and then I guess Dad came over, and they're all just like, oh, look at the rat, touch this animal, And so many other people just were blown away by, my daughter walking around with a rat on her shoulder. So she loved it. Lady loved it. The other little one, not so much. She's just stayed, buried up in there. As soon as we walked out of the convention center and got outside in daylight and there was no other people around, the other one came out, and I wish I could remember her name. But it's 2 female rats. But, anyway. It was a neat experience. I enjoyed it. So it's like, my life is not full of negativity. I'm pretty sure about 90% of it is brought upon me by myself. Okay? So, no. Good time was had by all. That's it. One of my kids has a couple of rats and a couple of cats and a couple of other animals. Oh, chickens. Yeah. Chickens. She's cool.